The NFC South just changed overnight. One player. That's all it takes to swing momentum in this division. And right now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers might be walking into Week 1 without their immovable wall in the middle, Vita V. For years, he's been the anchor of their defense, the giant who swallows up running lanes and crushes offensive lines. But with a foot injury keeping him sidelined in practice, there's a very real chance the Falcons won't see him on the field when the season kicks off. And if that happens, Atlanta's entire playbook suddenly comes alive. The Falcons have been quietly building a roster designed for moments like this, loading up on blocking tight ends, leaning into a bruising ground attack, preparing to pound the ball between the tackles. Without V clogging the middle, those inside zone runs and gap schemes suddenly turn from 3-yard grinds into explosive, drive-changing plays. Even more importantly, it gives Ryan Neuzil, stepping into his first massive test at center, a fighting chance without having to face one of the league's most dominant interior defenders. But this isn't just about V. Tampa Bay is hurting everywhere. Chris Godwin, on one Winfield Jr. Tristan Wirfs. Multiple starters already fighting injuries before the first snap of the season. If even half of them miss this game, the Falcons aren't just playing the Bucs. They're staring at a golden opportunity to flip the script in the NFC South before it even begins. And that's where the real intrigue lies. Can Raheem Morris and offensive coordinator Zach Robinson seize this moment? Can they take advantage of a weakened rival and set the tone for an entire season? Because Week 1 isn't just another game. It could be the first domino in a Falcons resurgence. Think about how this Falcons roster was built. This wasn't by accident. 4 tight ends, a deep rotation of running backs, heavy sets stacked and ready. That's not just random roster building. That's a strategy. And now, with Vita V possibly sidelined, the plan suddenly looks genius. Here's why. Without V, Tampa Bay has to lean on guys like Kalijah Cansey. Now, don't get me wrong, Cansey is explosive as a pass rusher. He can wreck a pocket in an instant. But when it comes to plugging up the run game, he's not that immovable force in the middle. That's where the Falcons can feast. If I'm Atlanta, this is the moment I slam the ball right down the Buccaneers' throat. Power runs, inside zone, gap schemes, over and over again. Make Tampa Bay prove they can stop it without their anchor. Then, once you've dragged those linebackers closer to the line, you open up play action. You let Michael Penix Jr. throw against a defense that's been sucked in by the run. And here's the best part. This approach takes pressure off Penix. Yes, he flashed in Week 1. Yes, he looked confident. But let's not forget, this is his first true season as the starter. No preseason warm-up. No time to slowly ease in. He's been thrown straight into the fire. If Atlanta builds the offense around the run, he doesn't have to be a hero. He just has to make smart throws off play action and trust the weapons around him. So let's lay it out clearly. Vita V might not play. Tampa loses its best run defender. Atlanta's roster is built for heavy football, multiple tight ends, tough runners, ground and pound sets. The game plan writes itself. Attack the weakness, dominate the trenches, and open up the air game only when the defense bites. This isn't just a small advantage. This could be the crack that Atlanta hammers all game long. If the Falcons execute, they won't just win drives. They could control the entire flow of Week 1. Sometimes, football isn't about being perfect. It's about striking when the other team is vulnerable. And right now, Tampa Bay is vulnerable. The Falcons couldn't have asked for a better setup heading into Week 1. Tampa's defensive front, usually a wall led by Vita V, suddenly looks shaky. His absence doesn't just take away a star, it rips the heart out of their run defense. For a Falcons team already leaning toward heavy formations, multiple tight ends, and a ground and pound identity, this is the perfect storm. And here's where things get even more interesting. Atlanta's biggest weakness sits at right tackle with a first-time starter stepping into the fire. Normally, that would be a nightmare against Tampa's aggressive pass rush. But without V commanding double teams and collapsing the pocket, the danger shifts. Instead of exposing the young tackle, The Falcons can mask the weakness with inside runs, quick play action, and a rhythm that neutralizes Tampa's edge pressure. It almost feels like